Howdy, 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 folks. It's your boy, Hef the Tanks, back with another video for you guys. And today, we have a learning video. It is going to be pretty much, I'm going to walk you step by step through the thought process that went through this game with me. Now, this is a very good game because I implement a lot of things that a lot of people don't really think about, but they should be thinking about. Now, I am a mid-tier in this game. I'm a tier 8. I think I'm somewhat upgraded, but I'm not fully upgraded on the Sectary tank yet. So keep that in mind. Tier 8, tier 9 game. And look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh yeah, that was nice. Very lucky, honestly. RNG allowed me to take that, to get that shot. But if you see a shot, lesson number 1, take it. Right there too. If you see the shot, take it. Every shot you don't take, you don't make. That's the thing. So another thing, look at these. I see these shells coming in from over there somewhere. I know that there is somewhere, and I just need to trace it. Boom. If you know the general location of where enemy tanks are, then you might as well focus fire there and wait for them to fire their gun, and you never know, you might hit them. Like I said, there's nothing else in this game to be shooting at that moment, so you might as well have taken the shot. And it paid off. I hit a guy. Now this is also a very obvious spot that I am sitting in. So, yep, there it is. So I also get hit. Now granted, I think that guy was aiming for the guy in front of me. I shouldn't be hugging this windmill right here because the right and the left of the windmill are super easy shots for blind fires. Because people always poke off the side of the windmill like that guy's doing over to my left right there. And you can see all of the shells coming in that are trying to hit us blind over here. So I'm trying to avoid that, and I get spotted, and this spot is just burnt. If I stay up here, I'm just going to get absolutely farmed, so it's time to relocate. I don't want to sit up there. I want to move down to this cover that I have down here. Maybe get a shot on the light tank. Nope, but he is out of the game nonetheless. Now, since I am not top tier, and since I am not fully upgraded, I think, I need to play somewhat safe. If I were to make the push all the way over into our A1 or A7 corner or whatever, I would probably get overran and I would probably die if I moved over there right now. I don't have enough support from my team to make that push. So I'm just trying to put some view range out right now. I'm just trying to put some view range out and see if I can get any cheeky shots on anyone that are trying to cross. So now that I'm going to be just sitting over here for a second in the safe zone, I just want to recap, because I know that these games go by really fast sometimes and it's hard for me to get everything that I want to be said out before the action starts happening. So let's just recap what I've done so far. I took my primary position up in this game. I got some early shots on the move, even though they were questionable. I had nothing else to shoot. I had nothing else to lose except for the silver if I missed the shot. Okay? Lesson number 2, blind firing obvious locations that people sit in. I knew that that's a very obvious location that enemies sit in, so I wanted to wait. See, I saw some tracers. You follow the tracers, you take the shots. You still have nothing to lose there except the silver. Alright? Third, I had to get out of this position that I just went into again because I don't know why I thought that it was good to go back into that position because I get spotted. If I stay there, I'm going to die. I moved down to the secondary position down here where I'm safe from all enemy fire, and I can still get some cheeky shots into people that are crossing, okay? That is pretty much all that I've done so far. Now, soon I'm going to realize that... oh, wait, before I say that, here's a shot on a T30 that I'm going to have. Look at how bad this aim time is on this. Like, oh my gosh. This is for that measly little alpha. I had to wait that long to aim my shot. And there's a lesson in and of itself. If I rushed my shot right there, probably wouldn't have connected. So the guy was sitting out there. I still had easy shots on him. So as he was backing out, I knew how long I had before I was able to aim until I had to fire. So I waited as long as I could, and then I fired my gun, which is why it connected. It was as accurate as it was going to get before the guy pulled into cover. Now, I am moving again. I see that there's nothing happening on this side. This side will not progress if I sit in that spot this entire game. I need to push this engagement. My teammates don't want to, so sometimes it has to be up to you to make these kinds of moves. Now, tried to get into a shot into his track right there. Wasn't able to find it. I spot the Waffen-Panzer in the background. He is a way easier target to hit, and he's just sitting out in the open, so I'm going to focus fire him. If I do, I don't know if he had shot already, but I feel like I've just kept poking this guy. I was going to make him nice and quick. Now, he goes unspotted right there for a split second. He didn't move in that little amount of time, so I guarantee you if you shoot the same spot, you're going to find him. Luckily, I do find him, and I think I set him on fire, so he's out of the game. Now I just got to deal with this Huntsman again. Food is still here. Food is just on recoil now. The Huntsman is being engaged by somebody else, so when you see that he is distracted, this is your time to move in. You don't want to make this guy's push, my teammate's push, be for nothing. So this guy needs to get out of the game. Push him, and now we have an AE phase 1. Now, I would have been fine just engaging the AE phase 1, but I get secondly attacked by my other guy right there. I have no choice but to just engage one tank at a time. I can't engage both, so I choose the AE phase 1 to engage right here because I saw that the other guy was taking fire from my friendlies. So this was a safer bet. If I would have engaged the other guy, I mean, it would have worked. I probably still would have survived this engagement, but I'd be in a better engagement right now for the AE phase 1 guy. I just was able to circle. There. 2 tanks taken out on this side from this one push. The game was getting a little stale, so I had to make a push that progressed my team in order for them to all start moving on this side. If I would have sat back there, maybe a push would have been made by my other friendly right there, but it's just better sometimes to just take the bull by the horns and just do it yourself. If there's one motto in this game that I have, it's if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. That's just the whole truth. I hate to say it. So, we still have a lot of carrying to do. We are 6-4 right now, okay? But the last tanks alive are all beefy tier 9s, alright? Making me the only tier 8 in the game right now. So that doesn't really matter. Like I said, if you use your brain, you can always get through situations. So we're going to do a little spot down the middle, and this is where why I think I get a lucky bounce right there. Wow, I should not have bounced that from this guy. But then I'm not getting very lucky when I'm loading to try to pen this guy's side. So this is why I think I'm not fully upgraded in this tank, is because I don't have enough pen to get through the side of a 777 or 277. Even though it is a very heavily armored tank. So obviously I can't do anything right there. My teammates need me over here. I see it on the minimap. I see this guy pushing, so I need to make this over here. I need to try to help my teammates out. Now I load heat because at this point I'm just like, screw it. I need shots to pen. This is coming down to the wire. We lose, excuse me, we lose another tank right there. He is now a one-shot for me. I haven't really had any good shots on him, but now I do. He finally gives up his non-spaced armor. I can finally take him out of the game. Now, if I was to the 277, I would be flanking me right now. Luckily, he's engaging somebody else. Now I'm going to go help this guy out. If you see your teammates in trouble and you know that you can go and help them without putting yourself in too much danger, do it. That's the only way you're going to win games. So, sadly, he gets taken out. If I were to engage this guy in a 1v1, I could probably take him out of the game, but I would lose health that I would need for later on in the game. If you look at the minimap, I have 2 tanks that are sitting on the A line, okay? I need to bring this guy closer to where those guys can back me. I don't want to engage this guy by myself. So, I'm driving back over here in the direction of my teammates, and I'm going to wrap around the left here, just to make sure that he's not going to come up on my left. I'm pretty sure that if he's going to come down the middle, I just want to double check my sides, okay? Now, a lot of this, where I'm getting it from, is just from playing games, you guys. Like, oh, I know that he's going to probably come down the middle of the map, he's not going to come over here, but this is just me double checking. This is all just playing the game. If I was in the 277, what would I do? I would just drive down the middle. I would just A-line it to the nearest enemy. And as you can see, I'm correct. So he does not spot me right here. So I'm going to use this time to get, I think he's going to poke out, and his frickin' spider senses tingle. He knows not to push me. But I did what I wanted to do. I brought him closer to where my teammates can now back me up. Now he's in a really bad crossfire between my TD to my right and me. And I'm going to come and give him a little bit of surprise booty sex. I get one shot into him. I don't want to stop and aim another shot into him because he's going to obviously turn towards me. So I want to keep my momentum going downhill. I want to try to make it as hard as possible for him to get a gun on me. Now, if you notice on the minimap, I get spotted by a heavy tank. He gets a shot. It's the T10. He's on a half health. So I have this momentum here. I want to keep using it. I don't want to stop right there. I want to just keep. I saw him pushing me, so with my momentum, I knew that I was going to pass him pretty easily. The only issue is that I keep my heat loaded right now. I should have probably loaded my AP because my heat is being absorbed by his space armor. I don't have time to aim a shot for this guy, so I'm just focusing on my auto aim right now, which is not something you want to do all the time. But I was in a very tense situation here, so I just kept my heat loaded and I kept my auto aim on. So I'm obviously not connecting. I'm now a one-shot. I need to just chill out for a second. I have a nice rock in between me and him. I can't take this guy on in a 1v1. It's just not going to happen unless he makes a serious mistake. So I see my TD is close to me. I just need to stay close enough to this guy that I proxy him. Now, if you guys don't know what proxying is, proxy is when you are a certain amount of meters from an enemy tank. No matter if you're in between rocks or if you're on different altitudes, you will always spot them if you are within a certain amount of meters. So that is what I'm doing. Even though I don't have direct line of sight towards this enemy, I am proxying him. So he will stay spotted as long as I stay within a certain amount of meters from him. And on both sides of those rocks, we were in that meter range. And I just needed to chill out and wait and keep him right there until my teammates came and backed me up. We have some really good synergy between our teammates right now. We're communicating in the game chat. And they came and they helped me. So now, sadly, we lose one of our big hitting Conway guns. So now the only thing going through my head is, okay, T95, fixed hole. I go for the track. I get the track shot on him. I'm just going to keep driving. I don't want to stop here. Using auto aim, I wasn't going to try to aim a shot on him right there. All I'm focusing on right now is putting me and my teammate in two different locations. He is a fixed turreted tank destroyer, which means that he can only look at one tank to do damage. And by splitting up our forces, we put him in a very uncomfortable situation where he has to either face one of us or the other person gets to get hits on him. Now from this position, I'm using another thing that I already went over this game, and that's proxy spotting. Right here, I am still proxying him. That's why you see me wedging myself up on the rocks, is because I want to keep him spotted for my teammate. Right now, I have the complete focus of him, which is giving my teammate time to go reposition and find another sight line on him. And you can see, I'm not poking him. I'm just close enough to him that I'm keeping us both spotted, okay? I'm no harm to myself right now. If I try to like peek up, then yes, I'm going to be doing harm, but why do that when I can easily just spot him using game mechanics? This is something that's very important. I see him thinking that he wants to try to push me, okay? So I start getting ready to move out of there. Now my teammate, if you've been noticing, has been moving locations to try to find a new sight line on this guy. This guy is smart where he backs himself into a corner, so it's going to be tough for us to find shots on him. But he tries to make a push for me, and as you can see, because he's focused on me, my teammate gets to get a hit into him, and he instantly retreats back into his spot. He does not like this situation. He knows that he's more or less screwed. And I don't need to do anything right now. It is totally fine sitting back and making sure you get the win. If I were to die right now, I would tremendously jeopardize this game. My teammate could get taken out and we could lose this game. Screw that, you guys. The win is more important right now, okay? As you can see, I know that he's going to have to go face my enemy soon, and he finally does face my enemy, and that is when I get the kill shot on him, you guys. Sightline, sightline, sightline. Splitting up and making sure that no matter which way he's facing, he's going to be taking damage. We had great teamwork from my teams in there. I sent the Conway a message. I sent that Type 61 a message. Both of them GG's. It was a really good game. Even though I wasn't top tier, I used a lot of game knowledge, and I showed you guys a lot of game knowledge. And with all of that, you were able to pull a very good game off here. Even though it's not a crazy game, it was a game that included a lot of thinking, a lot of flanking, and a lot of teamwork. And I feel like this video was just so good for just getting a whole bunch of raw information for you guys. And to just do a quick summary of all the points that I went over in this game, starting off at the beginning, just taking up a very obvious and a very good beginning location. Number 2, taking risky shots. If you have the time to take them, you're not hurting yourself. Just take them. Every shot you don't take, you don't make, okay? You will lose nothing but silver, unless you're in a situation where you're overextending yourself and you're going to take hits. But in the situation I was in, I had no risk of taking those shots, so I took them. Number 2 is just having known map location, obvious spots that your enemies sit in. Look at them. If you see tracers coming in there, screw it. Take some blind shots. You're not hurting yourself. Alright? Second is knowing when to move, when to relocate, and when to push the advantage. The game was getting stagnant. I had to do something. So I made the push, and my teammates saw what I was doing, and they reacted with me. Alright? Number 3 is just focusing down certain tanks and just generally thinking where they're going to head and then reacting to where you think they're going to head and outplay them that way. The 277 was coming down the middle of the map, or the 777 was heading down the middle of the map. I knew that, so I flanked him, got some shots in. Then it was all about proxy spotting. Proxy spotting and staying safe, waiting for your teammates to come and help you in a sticky situation. You don't always need to just throw your tank away. Next was knowing that I was going up against a fixed hull tank destroyer and that I needed to separate our two people on our team, me and my teammate, and make sure that there was no way for that tank destroyer to be shooting both of us at the same time. It's as simple as that, you guys. That is going to wrap this video up. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, you learned something, do me a favor and whack the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell on the top right. It'll let you know when I drop another interesting video, a learning video, tank review, what have you. If you guys want, go drop a comment. I like to talk. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Adeuces.